Dear students, this is CHAKRABORTY, Assistant Teacher English, Government S.C Girls High School, Sunamgonj. In my previous class, I discussed the preliminary part of suffixes and prefixes. Today, I shall discuss the last part of my class, that means the last part of suffixes and prefixes. And that is why I have given the title of my class, look at the whiteboard, Suffixes and Prefixes Part 2. That means it would be my last class on suffixes and prefixes. For a better understanding or for saving my time, look at the whiteboard. I have already written some suffixes and prefixes. These are very common and very important and very well known suffixes and prefixes. These I have already written on whiteboard for saving my time. So look at the whiteboard and let's go to our class. Very firstly, I have written some noun. Look at the title, noun. Noun, that means by adding these suffixes and prefixes from this row, meant, ness, ence, ance, er, or, ship, hood, shone, tion, sion, shone, tion, shone, and r. You can change a participes into noun. For example, I will use this space for writing my examples. Okay, dear students, you can take a snap so that you can practice or you can learn these suffixes and prefixes at home. Okay, please take a snap. Okay, noun, meant. If I say manage, manage, if you want to turn it into a noun, that means you have to add ment. The word will be manage, management. This is actually the way. Now come to the second, ness. If I say happy, happy, then happiness. Okay, we all know if we find a consonant before y, then we have to change this y into I, and ness is the suffix. So from happy to happiness, ence. For example, important, important. From important to importance, like this. We can change any participes into a noun by adding this suffix and prefixes. For example, child, 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 childhood, child, childhood, or from brother to brotherhood, like this. Ship, from friend to friendship, from friend to friendship, like this. We can use these suffixes and prefixes. Now let's go to the next part, that means adjective. We can change any participes into adjective by adding these suffixes and prefixes. For example, use. Use is a verb. We can change it into useful. Useful. Beauty, beauty, from beauty to beautiful, beautiful, like this. So many words. Able, ivel, ing, y, less, or d or ed. By adding these suffixes and prefixes, we can change a word into adjective. Okay, as. For example, as. If I say danger, danger, danger is a noun, so we can turn it into dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. By adding the suffix, we can change this word into an adjective. Now come to verb. This part is very, very important. Verb. If you say light, ligst, light, from light to en, ligsten. Sometimes you have to add suffix, both suffix and prefix, for changing a word according to your necessity. Okay, for example, be. If I write full, full to be full. Okay, this is a noun and this one is this one is a verb. Like this, by the following way, we can change friend, friend, friend to befriend, B-F-R-I-E-N-D, B-F-R-I-N-D. Friend is a noun and befriend is a verb. Befriend means to make someone your friend, that means befriend. These are actually the use of these suffixes and prefixes. You can change an adjective, an adverb, a noun into a verb by adding these suffixes and prefixes. So you have to know the uses of suffixes and prefixes. Okay. Now adverb, very simple. Only 3 words, only 3 suffixes and prefixes. Look at the use of these 3 suffixes and prefixes. Adverb, we know that if we add ly with any word occasionally or very often, it becomes an adverb. For example, slow, SL or W, from slow to slowly, SL or WLY, from quick, QUICK, quick to quickly, QUICKLY, like this. Most of the ly words are adverb, but there is some exceptions as well. Look at these two. There are only few words by using these suffixes and prefixes. For example, words, 2 words, T O W A R D S, from 2 to words, or wise, otherwise, or THERWISE, like this. Only few words by these suffixes and prefixes. Now come to the opposite part. That means by using some suffixes and prefixes, we can change any word into its opposite form. There are so many opposite suffixes and prefixes. That means you can use these suffixes and prefixes to make any word into its opposite form. For example, if we write honest, 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 from honest to dishonest, HONEST. In, if I say complete, COMPLETE, from complete to incomplete, COMPLETE, or from correct, CORRECT, correct to incorrect, CORRECT. Okay, by this way you can change the words into their opposite forms. Or necessary, NECESSARY, from necessary to unnecessary, NECESSARY, unnecessary. Okay, unnecessary. Or from mortal, we all know, from mortal to immortal, IMMORTAL. Then ill, we all know, LEGAL, legal to ill, ILLEGAL, or like this. Already shown. IR, that means from regular, REGULAR, from regular to irregular, IR. You just add a prefix IR and the rest word will remain all the same, REGULAR. This is actually the way of changing one part of speech into another part of speech. This is very, very important. If you know the use of these suffixes and prefixes, then you can easily make any sentence, or you can make any new word by using these suffixes and prefixes. Okay, let's go to the next part. I will go to the next part. Now I will try to show you where you will use a noun, or where you will use an adjective, where you will use verb or adverb, or where you will use the opposite word. Okay, let me write some words. Gradually, I will go gradually. Please wait. Very firstly, I will write where you will use noun, NOUN. I mean use of noun. Use of noun. Where you will use noun. You will use noun after adjective. After an adjective. After an adjective. We will use noun after an adjective. Number 2, after preposition. After preposition. Okay, and finally after article. Articles you all know, a, an, and the. These are also called determiners. After articles, we will have to use the noun form of a word. After an adjective, for example, after an adjective, for example, brilliant. He is brilliant. B-R-I-L-L-I-A-N-T. Brilliant success. S-U-C-C-E-S-S. Look at this word. This one it is a noun, and this one is an adjective. So we always use noun after an adjective. Okay. These are the use of noun, where we will use noun after an adjective, after preposition. After preposition we will always use a noun. Okay, I will give some example in my later in the last part of my class. After articles, after an article a or an or the, we will always use noun. Okay, now let's go to the second part, that means verb, use of verb, where we will use verbs. Use of verbs, use of verbs, where we will use verbs between subject and object. First one, between subject and object. This is the first one. We always use a verb word between okay, between subject and object. Number 2, after modals. After, we all know, after modals, M-O-D-A-L-S, we will use a verb, and the verb will be in its base form, because we all know after modal auxiliaries we use the base form of a verb. Number 3, after other auxiliaries. After other auxiliary, A-U-X-I-L-I-A-R-Y, auxiliary verbs. This time the form of a verb will be different, will be various. That means V2, that means the past participle form of a verb, or V3, that means the past form or past participle form, or finally participle, C-I-P-L-E. This can be the form of the verbs after the other auxiliary verbs. They will be various, that means they will not be all the same like this one, the previous one. Okay, these are actually the use of verb. Or after preposition. After preposition, P-R-E-P-O-S-I-T-I-O-N, verb plus ing. The verb will take its ing form after any preposition, except to, E-X-C-E-P-T, except to. We all know to plus verb. After to, verb take its base form, and this form is called infinitive. We all know this. Okay, let's go to the next part, that means adjective. Use of adjective, where we will use adjective, where we will use adjectives. A-D-J-E-C-T-I-V-E-S, where we will after noun, after A-F, before noun, before B-E-F-O-R-E, before a noun. Okay, we will use an adjective before a noun. We always use an adjective before a noun. After an adverb, after an adverb, we will use an adjective after an adverb, after an adverb. Now let's go to the next part, after be verb. After be verb, be verb, after be verb, that means am, is, are, was, are, like this, these are called be verb, and after the be verbs we will use the adjective form of a word, adjective form of a word. And after some specific words, after, look at this, this one is very very important, take a snap please. After AFT, after some specific, SPECIFIC, specific verbs. For example, what are the verbs? After some let, get, seem. Let, get, S-E-E-M. Let, look at the word let, get, seem, appear. Seem, appear. A-P-P-E-A-R. Appear. L-O-O-K. Appear, look. Then comes, become, and make. Become, B-E-C-O-M-E. Become and make. We will write etc. That means etc. There can be more verbs. After some specific verbs, let, get, seem, appear, look, become, make, etc., we will always use an adjective. Okay. Finally, adverb. Use of adverb. Finally, use of adverbs. Now we will go to the adverbs where we have to use an adverb. Use of adverb. A-D-V-E-R-B-S. Use of adverbs where we will use adverb between subject and verb. Between subject and verb. Okay. First one is between subject and verb. Between subject and between auxiliary and main verb. Between auxiliary, A-U-X-I-L-I-A-R-Y, auxiliary and main verb. Main verb. Between auxiliary and main verb. We will use an adverb between an auxiliary verb and main verb. In the middle of a main verb and an auxiliary verb, we will always use an adverb. Okay. Finally, before an adjective. Before an adjective. A-D-J-E-C-T-I-V-E. These are actually the use of adverbs. We will find an adverb. We will use adverbs after these very specific rules. Okay. Now let us go with some example. Now I will try to show you some example and uses of suffixes and prefixes. Okay. I will write 2 or 3 sentences and I will go and I will end my class. Money examples or uses. E-X-A-M-P-L-E-S. For example, first one, A, money cannot buy happy. H-A-P-P-I, happy. H-A-P-P, money cannot buy happy. You will find your question by this way. So you have to write the answer. Money cannot buy what? Money cannot buy happy, not happy. Money cannot buy happy. H-A-P-P-I, happiness. Okay, you have to use the noun form of the word happy. The noun form of the word happy is happiness. Example number 2. Example number B. 2. Happiness is the name of happiness. H-A-P-P-I, happiness is the name of a field. You will find this question like this. We all know after an adjective, a, an or the, we have to write the noun form of the word. So the noun form will be feeling, F-E-E-L-I-N-G. The noun form of feel is what? Feeling. A poor man with mental satisfy. A poor man, number C. A poor man with mental, M-E-N, mental satisfy, S-A-T-I-S, satisfy, satisfy, can be happy. Can be happy. Look at the sentence. A poor man with mental. Mental, this word is an adjective. So after an adjective, we will use the noun form of a word. So the answer will be satisfy. The noun form of satisfy is satisfaction. S-A-T-I-S-F-A-C-T-I-O-N. This will be our answer. Let me wrap the first part because I have to get space for writing the next example. D. Let us go to the last example. Wealth sometimes become the cause of wealth. WEALT is wealth, sometimes TIMES, sometimes becomes BECOMES, becomes wealth, sometimes becomes the cause of happiness. HAPPINESS, happiness. Now look at the sentence. Wealth sometimes become the cause of, as there is wealth and we are all through the passages, all through the sentences we are talking about the negative side of wealth, so we will have to use the opposite word of happiness, because wealth sometimes becomes the cause of not happiness, it will be unhappiness. By adding un, the prefix unhappiness, the next part will remain all the same, happiness. Last sentence, dear students, sentence number 5, and this will be the last sentence for my today's class. Sentence number 5. Rich people, number E, rich people sometimes, TIMES, sometimes suffer, SUFF, suffer from, FROM, suffer from, SECURITY, security. Look at the sentence, look at the meaning of the sentence. Rich people sometimes suffer from, this one is giving us the negative sense, that means suffer from, nobody will suffer from security. We will have to write the opposite form of this word. So security itself is a noun, but we have to use here the opposite word, opposite meaning. That means the opposite meaning or opposite word of security is insecurity. By adding in, we can change this word security, SECURITY. This will be our answer. So these are actually the ways of changing one partial speech into another partial speech, and these are actually their uses. By following these techniques that I have shown you in my today's class, you can be benefited, you can use and you can answer your question paper, and this is actually the way of practicing. I have just shown the way of practicing. The more you practice in your house, the more you will be perfect. Actually, there is no alternative of practicing. You have to practice more and more, and then you will be perfect gradually, chronologically, day by day. So that brings me to the end of today's class. Thank you so much for listening me. I hope you will practice from your practice book and try to solve the questions. If you find any problem, please let me know in my comment box. I will try to solve your problem. Thank you so much.